Salut à tous, j'espère que vous allez bien. Je suis super content de vous faire cette vidéo parce que dans cette vidéo, un de mes clients With of Ecom va vous expliquer comment il est passé de 100 k par mois à plus du tout signer de nouveaux clients, à faire 350 k en 90 jours. Incroyable. Et ces 350 k, en réalité, on s'en fiche un peu parce que en LTV, ça représente plusieurs millions sur l'année. Ça, c'est juste incroyable et c'est ça la vraie puissance de la méthode Hakiz. Et donc, dans cette vidéo, il va nous expliquer comment est-ce que, avec la méthode Hakiz, il a pu développer une nouvelle offre qui permet d'avoir plus de résultats à la fois pour lui, à la fois pour ses clients. Il va nous expliquer comment il a implémenté l'infrastructure d'acquisition pour trouver plus de clients. Et encore une fois, à la fois pour lui, à la fois pour ses clients, il va nous parler de ses stratégies de contenu, ses stratégies d'acquisition. Et finalement, il va nous expliquer comment est-ce qu'il a implémenté le modèle d'infrastructure pour satisfaire davantage ses clients, les garder plus longtemps et se faire recommander aussi par ses propres clients et créer une boucle d'acquisition vertueuse. Donc cette vidéo, elle est vraiment full valeur du début jusqu'à la dernière seconde. Donc restez bien jusqu'au bout de cette vidéo. Et cette vidéo pour moi, elle est super importante parce que encore une fois, c'est une preuve indéniable que la méthode acquise, elle fonctionne. Mais surtout, ça montre que notre process, il est extrêmement bien huilé. C'est-à-dire que voilà, nous, on est conscient qu'il y a certains de nos clients qui ont des besoins spécifiques et c'était le cas en l'occurrence pour Wiz. Ce qu'il faut savoir, c'est que nous, quand on onboard un client, à la fois, on lui délivre des connaissances, mais aussi il y a des appels de consulting et de l'implémentation en Done for You. Et ce qui a été vraiment game changer pour Wiz, c'est nos appels ensemble de consulting. Et c'est ce dont il va parler surtout dans cette vidéo parce que c'est ce qui a été réellement game changer. Donc, il faut savoir qu'on a 5 appels ensemble et il y a un appel par thème. Et à chaque fois, il ressortait de ces appels-là en implémentant directement et en faisant énormément de cash très rapidement. Donc, écoutez, si vous voulez implémenter cette méthode dans votre business, il y a le premier lien dans la description qui vous permet de prendre un appel avec moi pour savoir comment est-ce que vous pouvez vous aussi implémenter cette méthode-là dans votre business. Encore une fois, cette vidéo, elle est super spéciale pour moi parce que ça fait longtemps que je connais Wiz et on a enfin travaillé ensemble. On a commencé en février et 3 mois plus tard, 350 k de signés, c'est juste incroyable. Donc, je vous laisse avec cette vidéo qui est full valeur. Abonnez-vous, laissez un like, c'était Raph. Bye bye. Hey Wiz, how are you?
Doing amazing, Ralph. How are you doing, man?
Doing great, thanks. So for those who don't know you, can you quickly introduce yourself?
For sure. So my name is Wiz of Ecom, aka Mubbu, and I have been on basically building personal brands for the past 4 years of my own into this quote unquote authority in the space, and I've done it completely anonymously. So I've done this all the way until 2023 December, and I finally broke that anon status. This is the first time I'm actually jumping in a call with you where my camera's on as well
Yeah.
too, which is insane. I've been building a few products throughout the past few years. Of these 4 years, I've been building my own brands. And then in the past years beforehand, I was building e-commerce brands, Shopify applications, SaaSes, and marketing agencies. So I've been in the game for about 8 years now. And I'm at a point right now where I'm running a few main businesses. I have a low ticket community called the Utopia. I have a marketing agency where I help personal brands become an authority and generate lead flow. And I also have a do-it-yourself variation of that agency offer where it's more of a program.
All right, lovely, lovely. And yeah, so can you basically explain to us like what was your situation before we kind of worked together and what were the problems behind it in terms like inside of your agency?
Okay, so my agency is a very unique one. I had this moat over everyone else in the space, and the moat was I already had 50,000 followers on my account, and the results were working for me, and I was essentially this guinea pig in the space. I had people start reaching out to me and saying, "Hey, yo, you're very good at doing this for yourself. Would you ever offer this as a service?" So I saw the opportunity, and I decided to just go all in with it. And I started helping personal brands become authorities within the space. But very quickly, I got stuck at a point in my revenue where I couldn't seem to break free from that ceiling. And I know a lot of these testimonial type of videos or case study videos sound very similar of I was stuck at this point and I overcame it, but I've spoken to everyone, every person from multi eight-figure dudes to my own clients to my team members, and I was in this loop for an entire bloody year, stuck trying to make a little bit more revenue. From January of 2023 till December of 2023, I basically added 15% in revenue when this offer was so strong and it should have continuously been able to like scale. Like I should be at $200,000-300,000 a month just on that one offer, but I just couldn't freaking break through. And the issue was, as we know in business, everything is all about problem solving. And I was trying to solve the same recurrent problem of how can I improve my LTV? I was selling this transformation. I was selling this 90-day journey of how to build your presence. After the 90 days, people wouldn't stick. So what am I doing? Every single 90 days, collect 25 new clients. I'm collecting 100 new clients on a yearly basis. I'm having to build my own total addressable market. I'm having to nurture everyone. I'm having to post content everywhere. I'm working like a dog. My team's stressed out because they're like, dude, I just want to master a freaking client's account. And the clients are happy. Clients are getting great results, but it's a transformation. So I'm at wit's end. I'm speaking to multiple people. What can I do to improve this? And I decided to launch a do-it-yourself variation. I'm like, maybe that can scale it. So we launched this, had a great launch. People got good results, but the freaking market saturated, and people are like, okay, the people stopped joining the program, right? We had an entire dry month. We went from averaging on that business, multiple new members, completely sold out, and it's a high ticket offer, and we just could not pass that number, and then it completely dried out. So at wit's end, I saw you engaging inside of Utopia, talking about how you're scaling, and I'm like, wait, you have a very similar offer to me. Let me see what the hell you're doing. I remember when we spoke about 8 months ago, before our call, you were saying that you were focused on Twitter. And then I jumped in a call with you and I'm like, wait, you're doing nothing about only Twitter anymore. You're not only focused on one platform. You're not only focused on traffic. You're looking at the entire freaking acquisition ecosystem. And I'm like, no wonder I'm losing my mind. No wonder it's like I'm kicking a dead horse over here. I'm the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. I was stuck. So I had the call with you. And I remember this because I was at the hospital and every 2 minutes you hear something on the announcements, you say, I'm like, yo, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And we spoke for like an hour and a half that day. I have no idea why you gave that sauce to me, but you broke it all down. You showed me your entire journey. You showed me the done with you versus the done for you side. You showed me how to host the SOPs. You showed me how to make the customer journey pristine. And this is after what, 18 months of me running this agency, and my journey still wasn't strong. I was complimented on results. I was never complimented on my systems, even though I thought it was system obsessed until recently. And it's been about 90 days since we did our call. Every single ceiling I've had has completely been shattered. And I'm so grateful. So on the presence pillars, which is my do-it-yourself variation offer, we're consistently selling out. We're sold out this month. And we just did 4 days of marketing. What did I change over there? It's a sequential journey of the entire freaking process of building an offer all the way to getting new clients, creating content strategy, getting new clients, and then consistently scaling. We added a scaling section in where we're talking about systems and systems you need and experiences because results are a commodity, which is something my friend Zach Williams says. So I perfected that journey. And on the agency front, it sparked a lot of ideas for me to improve my LTV. I have people are no longer stuck at the 90 days with me. I have multiple 8 and 9 figure brand owners now sticking with me past 90 because I've transformed their accounts and now they're saying just do it for me. But I figured out how to structure it because of a productized agency offer and I infused it all together into this ecosystem and it stemmed with a conversation with you.
Lovely, love to hear it. And so I remember what also one of the main focus of our conversation was that I told you the problem is that you are only focusing on acquisition, but not what's behind it, like the opt-in pages, the welcome sequences, the fact of setting the leads. So for you and your clients, what was the impact of implementing such an acquisition infrastructures in terms of call booked, in terms of revenue generated?
So our previous metric obsession was closed deals, right? And then we realized there's so much about the closed deal process that we cannot help out with because we can get leads, but it's up to them to close the deals. So then we took a step back and we're like, let's focus on the lead gen. Then we're like, okay, well, to get the leads, people need to start growing their accounts. So now we're focused on engagement and lead generation. And that was where we were so narrowed in with, and we were operating in the prehistoric age. And we forgot that, wait, if the offer is not sexy, we thought, hey, if the funnels are not strong enough, aka the sandwiching the engagement together with the funnel side, we're not going to get any leads,
Yeah.
right? So on our call, the immediate thing that we did was we systemized the entire client journey based off of 6 main stages. And we started a few steps before than what we would usually start with, which was offers. We help every single person. Doesn't matter if the person's doing $1 million a month or doing 10K on a monthly basis. We're helping every single one of them with their offer. And the offer is now broken off into their positioning and everything. So how are you going to be perceived with your personal brand? That's the first question. That's the first stage. That wasn't there before. And because of that,
Yeah.
now we have all these personal brands having unique content. We're not building competition with each other anymore. My clients aren't competing against other clients. The first stage alone solved that problem. Then the second stage, we came in and now we're actually building the content strategies and all. Within all of these, we began to expand out. So we added email marketing within to the offer. We added LinkedIn, we added YouTube, right? And we're expanding because we can repurpose content. And that's what you told me on the call. You were showing me the email side that you had, right? And how you were leveraging emails. I'm like, why are we not leveraging emails? And we're talking about content repurposing. I don't have a content repurposing wing. Our entire main offers now are all about content repurposing. Our core strategy is because of what you said on that call. And it was very important for us to hear. So we just completely updated our journey. Instead of it being like 2 main goals, we basically have 6 main stages now.
Lovely. And so you brought a lot of value in terms of offers, in terms of client acquisition infrastructures, content. But in terms of pure revenue, what was the impact of this?
So the revenue
If you want to talk about this, of course.
So I can tell you about what we're charging for this and then what we're
Yeah.
selling for. So we're selling out. We have 10 slots on the presence pillars. We launched this last month. It's been 60 days or since our last call, just about 80 or 85 days, right?
Yeah.
And we launched everything in 30 days, sold out month one, sold out month two. Throughout this entire time frame, as we added the productized agency offer inside as well too, our client LTV from that same group of clients that we spoke about on that 90 days, majority of them to this day are still continuing, which is amazing to hear. And they're sparking ideas where they're telling me, hey, I want these types of long forms. And bro, we're positioning our entire agency different now. It's no longer only a simple 90-day service. We can lock people in for another 90-day contract with long form writing, with client strategy, and they're happy with it because they know that we've given them all of the winning systems. That was something you also told me on the call. You said take
Yeah.
the winning systems, package it up, and you can give it to the people, right? You're giving them a hand up. I've given them winning systems, but they still come to me for the productized aspect. So in terms of the revenue wise, LTV is up drastically on my agency, and for the presence pillars, sold out every single. We just sold out this morning. So sold out, and
Lovely.
started hyping up like 4 or 5 days ago, man. It's insane. We got yesterday. We sold out half of the members.
Lovely. Love to hear that. So last quick
Oh, can I
question.
say one more
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah, of
Referrals.
course.
I can tell you about
Oh
referrals.
yeah.
Our members are so happy. I just got in touch with a YouTuber with 600,000 subs, jumps in a call with me. One of my TPP members recommended us, and now he was talking to us about the entire program, and he's going to be onboarding. How wicked is that? Right? Like that,
Insane.
the referrals coming in from the members themselves. Like I'm seeing people who are 20x xing their initial investment, right? And that's not one, two, three people. That's like multiple people. And that's happening continuously. And they start referring people because the journey makes sense now.
Okay, lovely. Yeah, it's really insane, like the results you've been getting. Just sometimes I feel that business is not about learning new things, but implementing the basics at scale. And this is basically what we did, and it's really insane. But I have one last question for you. So, what would you advise to someone that has an agency, doesn't doesn't really know how to scale because he sells a service like a commodity and whatever, and doesn't have a proper acquisition infrastructure, what would you recommend them?
So for an individual who is starting to make a little bit of cash, their agency offer is partially working. The biggest piece of advice that I have is, you know what? I'm gonna break this down in a cool way. It's all based off of testing. And I was just at Starbucks the other day and I met a kid, 16-year-old. He came and complimented my car and asked what I do. And I was showing him. And he pulls up his phone and he's like, I have all these Instagram accounts and I'm trying to scale them and I'm trying to monetize them. And I'm like, what are you testing? He's like, nothing. I tested a few things and I'm done testing them. And I'm like, if there's one freaking lesson that I can get into your mind at any stage of your business, is to learn how to test multiple new ideas as quickly as possible and start validating winners. What is the role of a founder? The role of a founder is to find an idea that works or that you think can work, test it out. If it validates, systemize it, hire someone, move to the next. And we're trying to build an infrastructure of multiple different foundational winners that we can stack together to build strength in our business. If you are an agency owner that is struggling with the acquisition side, you have to understand what your problems are initially. Once you identify the problems, figure out multiple areas that you can test to solve each of those problems, prioritize them, and go week after week after week. The primary problem will be the offer. I've changed up my offer over 9 times now in the past almost 2 years. 9 freaking times, man. And what is the reason for that? It's because the market's sophisticated, the markets are going to change. Then on the acquisition front is what worked 2 months ago won't work today. Content that was working is not going to work. If your ears are not on the street or you're not working with someone who has their ears on the street of what's working, then you are always going to be copying other people's old strategies. And when you do that, you're just going to be getting drops in the bucket instead of the entire ocean. And last but not least is don't get disheartened when the strategy doesn't work. You have to take note of why that strategy didn't work and then figure out the next one. It's constantly testing. And if there's one more thing I can add there, it's build your entire presence not on just one platform anymore, right? You need the micro authority ecosystem. You need Twitter, you need YouTube, you need LinkedIn, you need your emails. You need all of those. Once your offer is strong, then you dominate those platforms and continuously test funnels. This is something that we see people like Straight Line Advertising do. 80 tested funnels in the past, I think, few months or something, some absurd number. If you're not testing, then there's no point of even trying to scale. To hit that 100K a month, there's a lot that you're going to have to test and find winners to build a better foundation.
Yeah, fair enough. Obviously, you always come in clutch with the great advices. So thank you for that.
One more thing.
For sure.
This is for you specifically. I haven't recorded case study videos with many people. In the past 4 years, I've done 3. And I've worked with a lot of different people. I've hired a lot. I constantly have 2 to 3 coaches, consultants, or mentors with me and my team at every given moment. And why is that? Because we're trying to always learn and we invest in. And there's not many people that I can say that have changed the trajectory of my businesses. And you're definitely one of them. I'm really grateful for you, bro.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So people join Hakiz Club. link just down below. And thank you so much for that. And yeah, I wish you the best, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Take it easy.
Thank you.